So I started out on a base with my nail art, and I did black. I'm doing it matte, and I wanted to show you how I did that. Again, matte is something that's really easy to do, but I started with just sculpting out my putty nails. And then I'm just making sure to buff the surface. A lot of times people ask, can I just put my color gloss right over the top of my extension? And yes, you can, as long as the extension's rough. If the extension's not rough, if it's been buffed down, you might want to put your bonding gel down first. And sometimes I just always like to put the bonding gel down first anyway, just in case. You never want to put color gloss down on the nail if there isn't something for it to grab onto. So in case you have a little bit of growth right at the cuticle area, or you have the surface isn't quite rough enough, your color gloss might slip around. So putting bonding gel down first is just always a great way to ensure a foolproof application. So I'm putting that down first, and then we're going to cure that for 5 seconds in the cure box. And I have that on manual, the cure box on manual, because sometimes it's just easier to know that you've pressed that button, and when you're talking to your clients and you're like, did it go on? I don't remember. So it just makes it easier for me. I'm going to use swag. And the thing about dark colors is, and light colors as well, sometimes they look a little bit streaky when you put them on the first time, and that is totally fine. Streaky means you're doing it right. If it covers in the first coat, that means it's probably too thick and you might get wrinkling. So you want to make sure that you cover everything, but if it looks streaky, don't worry about it. Another thing about it looking a little bit streaky is if you wait a second or two before you put it into the light, the color gloss will actually kind of disperse a little bit and soften up, and you can kind of see how that softened up. And then I'm going to put her back in the light for 30 seconds. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to do another coat of that black and go ahead and top coat it. So it's almost like you're doing an entire full set of just regular color before you even start. And this gives you a great surface to go ahead and start your nail art. And I'm going to be picking some of these really fun colors. So let's kind of pull those down right now and see what we might do. And again, another coat of swag. And this time, that's when you're going to start seeing that coverage. And you want to make sure to seal the edge. Okay. And let's go ahead and put that in the light for another 30 seconds. So I'm going to just start laying down these colors on my palette really quick. I'm going to use Bride. I'm going to put that down. And then Killer Stems, which is a really pretty green. And sometimes when you're doing art, you may want to let these sit out just for maybe 5 or 10 minutes. So maybe at the beginning of your service, you might want to go ahead and figure out which colors you're going to use. This one is Shredded Up. That way it gives the colors a chance to go ahead and get a little bit thicker in the air. This one is Colortopia.
Hey Alisha, we have Kari from Costa Rica saying hi.
Hi, Kari.
And we have Maria saying hi.
Hey,
and we
guys.
also have Linda from Helsinki, Finland
Oh, hi Linda. We miss you. I just saw you a couple weeks ago, or was it a week ago? I don't even know. I've been all over the world. I just got back from London right after training, but miss you, Linda. Really, it was so much fun having you at training. I put down Trist as my pink, and I'm just gonna set those aside for right now and let those kind of set up a little bit. And if you want to say hi or if you want to comment, go ahead and do that because we're giving away some free marbling tools during this Facebook Live. So put your comments down at the bottom. I love hearing from you guys. Always love hearing from our amazing nail artists from around the world. I'm going to go ahead and add our glossing gel now to the top of this. And you want to make sure on the glossing gel that you cover that completely, that black completely, because we are going to be buffing the surface of this to get that matte look. So we want to make sure that that's completely covered. And if you get a little bit in the cuticle area, that marbling tool is a perfect little tool to clean that up too. So not only does it do really super fun nail art, but it also can clean up the cuticles. So that's always nice. There's so many things you can do with these marbling tools, carving and all that stuff. So really excited that you guys get to win these today for just commenting below.
Hey Alicia, we also have Rika from Stockholm saying hi.
Hi Rika.
And
I just saw you too.
Oh, so many educators in the comments. They're also responding to questions in the comments.
Oh,
as
that's
well.
so great. Thank you guys so much. You're awesome. We have the best education team. We were actually voted from Nails Magazine best education team a couple years ago, and I couldn't agree more. Our educators are so passionate. They're all on social media, so you can always reach out to anybody and get questions answered almost immediately. They love sharing their knowledge. They know so much about the brand and so much about the products, and 90% of them are working in the salon too. So they're dealing with their clients every day, just like you are, and so it's really great to have that access to them all the time.
Alicia, can you tell our commenters how they could become an educator as well?
I can. What I'm going to do is buff this nail. I'm going to use a 180 grit buffer. So I'm going to use this side of the Perfect buffer, and I'm just going to take the shine right off the top of the nail. For those of you that are interested in becoming an educator, you can email us at education@artisticnaildesign.com, and that is the best way to get information. We're going to reach back out to you and ask you for your resume, pictures of your work, a bio, that kind of thing, and then we'll do a phone interview and we'll get the process started. So we're always looking for great, passionate, wonderful people wanting to travel, wanting to get out there and spread the word and teach about this amazing brand. So we look forward to hearing from you at education@artisticnaildesign.com.
We also have a question from Deneen. Are you guys going to be coming out with a matte top coat at all?
I've looked at matte top coats, and here's the deal. So when I was talking to my chemist about matte top coats, he said, you guys have been trying to work with us for almost 30 years on how to make the shiniest top coat ever, and now you want to make it not shiny anymore. So that was kind of a challenge for them, and they're actually working on that right now to try to make the best matte, and until I can get that matte to look as pretty as this matte is, I'm just not going to launch it, and that's how it's going to go.
We also have some more shout outs. We have Kaz saying hi from New Zealand.
Hi.
We also have Kim from Canada.
Awesome. Kim Tanner.
Kim Tanner from
Oh,
Canada.
of course Kim Tanner's on there. Hi, Kim.
And we also have Nikki, who says she just picked up the Bohemian Rhapsody collection.
Oh, I love that. That is such a fun collection. We've got so many amazing nail art designs from our educators that we're going to be posting soon or working on posting. So yeah, I love that collection. It's really beautiful, and so excited that we got to celebrate that with Fox. So all I've done now is just I buffed the surface of that, and I just cleaned it with some cleanser just so that I could get that matte surface on there. And then you can look at the rest of the nails and see that all of them are just that really pretty matte. And again, when we find that top coat that makes it this awesome, then we will be launching that. Until then, we're going to work on doing our little sugar skulls. So I want to take my white Bride. I got a little sloppy with it earlier, so I'm just going to wipe this bottle off real quick. And I'm going to make the base of these skulls.
We also have Daniela saying hi from Costa Rica. She says she loves this brand.
Yay! I love it too. It's a really we have amazing colors in Color Gloss, Color Revolution, and Dip, and I love the fact that we can just be so free and artistic with everything that we do. So, so I'm going to go ahead and just start one of these heads, and I'm going to just make like a big circle. This is going to be the part of his head, and then I'm going to bring it down a little bit just to barely show his little nose. So it's going to be kind of that simple to, and on this one I'm going to make his head right up here.
We also have more artistic fans saying hello from Greece.
Oh, hey guys.
And Michelle says that she loves Artistic Color Gloss. She thinks it's the best gel.
Michelle who?
Michelle Brown.
Oh, hi Michelle. Let's see. I'm going to try to do this little guy upside down. Let's see if we can do it. Because I think they should be peeking out from everywhere. So you see it's just really kind of simple. And don't worry about it being perfect. I'm always concerned with everything being perfect, but to be honest with you, we're going to do some detail on this. So if your circle's not perfect, or if you didn't get exactly what you wanted to get on there, don't worry. You've got a chance to clean that up with your brush a little bit later.
We also have Kari from Costa Rica saying that they just saw a presentation of the brand and they all love it in Costa Rica.
Oh, fun.
We also have Joanne saying hello from Wales in the UK.
Yay.
You were just in the UK, right? For
I was. For it was Nail Olympia. I was one of the judges. That's such an honor to do every year. And I also worked with our distributor there, Luella Bell. They're such an amazing distributor, so passionate about the brand, and it's always really exciting to go to London every year for that particular show. I also usually go there for Excel in February, so there's 2 chances to see me when I'm over in London. But it's, you know, everybody always says it rains over there. It never rains when I'm there. I love it. It's the most amazing people and beautiful weather, and it's just awesome. So yeah, so you can always see me there in September with Nail Olympia. I also travel with Nail Olympia and judge wherever I can with them. They do Estonia. There's competitions in Houston in the USA. And then, of course, the big one in London, like 800 competitors in September. So that's really fun and exciting. So I cured that for 30 seconds. I'm going to use it again, Bride. I'm going to go over everything that I just did just to kind of brighten that up and make sure that I get the coverage I want. And then this is your opportunity to clean up those lines if you want to and make everything nice and clean. And again, we're going to get a brush out a little bit later. So if you really feel like you need to clean up those lines more, you always have that opportunity to do that with a brush.
We have a question from Sinead. She says, hi, do you do any nail art classes in Ireland? I have been using this brand for 4 years and love it, but would love to learn more.
You know what? We have amazing educators in London with Luella Bell, so she should totally reach out to Luella Bell and see what kind of art classes that they have going on out there.
That's great. And you were also telling us a little earlier about the competition in London, and you said that some of them were using putty.
They were. So you're allowed to use putty in the gel competition now, which is kind of exciting. And because it's a light cured product, and you just have so much more control, or I do for sure, over the product than I do with regular hard gels. You're just be able to move it and press it where you want to. You never have any running, especially when you have 700 other competitors breathing in the same room. There's a lot of heat, and so you know your gel is bound to get soft and start running. So using putty really changes the game.
We also have another question from Phyllis, and she asks, how long does it take to soak off artistic gel polish?
It should take you somewhere in the vicinity of 10 to 12 minutes. If you want to speed that process up, you can apply some type of heat. So I always say my favorite way to apply heat is just to have a warm, wet washcloth. Sometimes you have those in your hot towel cabbie. You can put them in a little crock pot and just keep them moist and warm, and then you can just wrap your client's hands over. You can just wrap your client's hands with that. Let's put that in the light for 30 seconds. So when you're doing your removal, you're going to use a aluminum wrap, the foil wrap, and apply the remover right into the cotton pad, and then just put that right on top. I always put oil around the cuticle just to make it to where the remover doesn't dry out the skin. And then when that's sitting on there and waiting, you just put something warm around it. Sometimes you can even use like a hot pad on the table and just kind of set their hands on it and throw a towel over it. That'll take your removal time down to like 5 minutes. So there's a lot of really easy ways to apply heat, and if any of the educators want to comment on that too, because they have a lot of cool fun ways that they warm up those hands in the salon and get that to come off faster.
We actually have Stacy giving a tip for that. She says that she uses warm mittens that she would use for paraffin.
Yeah, that's totally great. I've heard of people actually dipping into paraffin after the thing's on, and they can dip right into the paraffin, and that'll keep it warm, and then put the plastic bags over the top and then cover with a towel. So that's always a good way too. Okay, so now we can actually decide how we're gonna do our little skulls. And one thing that I like to start with is these crystals. I just think it makes it look so much fun to do little crystals for their eyes. So I've got some Swarovski crystal, and I'm going to use a little bit of bonding gel. And I'm gonna put that on my palette so that I can dip my crystals into the bonding gel, and that way they have a way to stick down to that. And I actually had a challenge with one of my educators one time. I was using our rock hard resin, and I was like, no, this is the best way for crystals to stay. She said, no, I use bonding gel. That's the way it works. So we tried it. We both wore crystals, one hand rock hard gel, one hand or rock hard resin, and then one hand with bonding gel. And I just have to say the bonding gel stayed. So she was right. So that is just such a great way that your crystals will stay on like 2 weeks. Sometimes even 3.
We have a couple questions from Krista and Saneed, both asking, how would you remove putty?
Putty, you have to file it off. So we actually don't recommend really removing the entire thing. You would just file it down all the way to it's really, really thin on the nail to where you can't even see it anymore. And then you could go ahead and just let that grow off. So because it is like a gel-based product, you can't file it off, or you can't soak it off.
We also have Emma Smith saying hi. She says it's great to see more artistic videos and demos.
Yay. Thank you. They had to force me into doing this.
We also have Teresa saying that she just started using putty on clients after attending the educator nail training, and she absolutely loves it.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, it's such a great product. So these crystals are sometimes super sticky. They like to stick to everything. Let's see here. What can we do? Get this guy over here.
And those are the artistic Sani tongs that you're using, right?
Yes, I am.
What else could you use the Sani tongs for?
Oh, there's all kinds of stuff. I mainly use them for nail art like this, but you could also use them for pinching C-curve. Sometimes people like to do that. With these, there's all kinds of fun stuff you can do.
Linda says maybe we should get the educators to do Facebook Lives.
I would love that. I was actually telling our social team, you know, you guys that know me know how nervous I get. And I was like, if you guys want to see some really great nail art, you should ask some of our educators because they're amazing. So creative, so awesome. And I think that you guys would do great at these Facebook Lives. So feel free to jump on it. Okay. Getting these little crystals in here. And make sure too that before you stick it in the light, that you make sure that none of your eyeballs have kind of sloped down or slid around. Let me see if I can. Those are too big. I don't think so. You can never have too big of Swarovski crystals on your nails, I think.
We also have Phyllis saying thank you to you and that she is loving these tutorials.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. I'm going to stick that into the lamp. Because it's bonding gel, you're only going to have to go about 5 minutes inside the lamp. So
5 minutes? Or
5 seconds. Yeah, 5 minutes would be too long. That's your whole nail art. 5 seconds in the light and then back out, and then we can start doing our little decorations. So again, it's all about the process. When I was trying to do these last night, I was like, this is taking forever. I don't know what's going on. So it's all about the process. So I kind of figured out just do the base, stick the eyeballs in, and then we can work our way around it to start decorating. So I'm just going to take this marbling tool. I'm going to take the smallest side, and I'm just going to start, I'm going to grab a little bit of the color, and I'm going to do just little polka dots right around the eyes.
And which colors are you using for this?
This one particular is Trist. And see how great these dotting tools are. You can get that dot so small. And if you wanted it to go a little bit bigger, when you first pick up the product, it has more color gloss on it. So I'm using that on the top of the eye, doing this guy upside down. And then as the product gets lower and lower, you're gonna make smaller and smaller dots. So I'm doing that at the bottom.
And you're using color gloss. Do you prefer color gloss to Color Revolution for nail art like this?
I personally do because, let's go over here with this guy. I do because color gloss is so forgiving. If you mess up, you can just wipe it off and then start again. So a lot of, with Revolution, you're gonna have to use a remover, which might remove what you have on there already, like your base color. So with this, the bottom color is cured. And so anything I put on top, if I don't like it, I can just wipe it away. So that makes it, that for people like me that are a little bit scared of nail art sometimes, it's very, very forgiving. So I'm gonna kind of do that on everybody. All my little skulls here. I'm just gonna take some different colors and just go in. And you can do this however you want to. There's no, with nail art, it's like whatever you want. It's gonna be cute. Your clients love this stuff.
We also have Phyllis saying these are so cute.
Aw, thank you, Phyllis. I appreciate that.
And then we have another question from Sinead. What did you use to make what did you use as a special glue for the gems, and what's the best way to make them hold longer?
So the best way to make them hold, I've found that it's bonding gel. If you put a little bit of bonding gel underneath your stone and then cure it in the light. If you have clients that are really hard on their nails, I would actually put just a little bit extra so that it actually sticks out around the stone so that it's like inset. So the stone's inset around that bonding gel. But most of the time, if you just put a little bit of bonding gel underneath there, it's just fine. I'm going to move to this Colortopia. I just used Killer Stems for the green, and I'm just going to go right in between those little dots that I made with the green with this orange.
We have another question from Daniela, and she says, when using color gloss over putty, if the client wants to change the color, should we just file the color off, or should we soak the nail first in remover?
No, you always just file the nail off. If you have color gloss over the top of an extension product, most of the time you're just going to go ahead and just file off. Use an electric file to just zip that color right off. It's really easy to do.
We also have Mirka saying, hi, Alisha.
Hi, Mirka.
She says, it's so nice to hear your voice.
Aw. Well, there's only one Mirka on the planet, so I know that's coming from Finland. I love you, girl. Miss ya.
Oh, we also have Jessica Turner, and she says she has 200 more hours of school. She can't wait. She can't wait to do what she loves.
Oh, you know what? I love doing this too, and that is that's why I've been doing it for 25 years. Because when you find something you love and you have that passion for it, you really do have a lot of success. It just comes when you love what you do. So I want to remind you guys that in those comments, we are giving away our marbling tools that I keep using. You see that. These marbling tools are so cool for making these little dots, and they're cool for doing all kinds of other stuff too. I'm just making some little lines here. And again, if you mess up, just erase it. Just take it off. You can actually just use a little wipe and just wipe it away before you cure it. And as you're doing this art, go ahead and just stick it in and do a little flash cure real quick for like, I don't know, 5 seconds or something. And just to kind of set what you've done so far, I'm going to go in now and do the little noses just so I can start to see where my skulls are going. I'm going to grab a little bit of product right on this striper brush. And you'll see with the striper, I've actually cut, this is a new, let me show you what a new artistic striper looks like. And then this one that I've cut. So I have like 7 of these, and I cut them all to different thicknesses depending upon how I want to use them. So this one particular, since I'm doing this little teeny tiny stuff, I've got a really thin one. But that little striper and the mini striper, you can use those for so many different things and just cut them down to what feels good to you. So with the little noses on these, basically you just want to make an upside down heart. So you're just going to place that little bead, make 2 little nostrils, and then bring it up to a point.
We have Vashanti
right?
saying that
Hi,
she
Vashanti.
loves this design.
Aw, thanks, girl. I'm so glad our educators tuned in. I miss you guys already, and it was so sad on our last night to be leaving each other, but it's such a great family. When you're on the road and you don't have your family, you don't have your kids, it's always just amazing to know you have such a great team of people working around you. And I'm so happy and proud of my girls and my boys. So look at those cute little noses. It really kind of brings everything to life. This little upside down one was actually a lot easier than I thought it was.
We also have Christina saying, I love these, with lots of heart eye emojis.
Aw. I know, they're just super cute, right? It's just little upside down hearts that give that little nose on there. And this one's gonna have to be super small.
We also have Kaz saying, I love how the brand is so interchangeable. I love artistic.
Well, I do too. There's so much you can do with all these different products. I'm gonna show you some other techniques as soon as I get these little guys. But it's just, again, you know, it just takes time to sit down. I have one of my educators, Lisa Boone. She's so funny. She says every morning for 30 minutes while she's having coffee, she watches nail art videos, because it just helps to know the process, because you see the nail art and you just think, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. There's no way I could do something like that. But when you finally, you know, see the process of it and how it's created, it's not as hard as you think it is. So in the end, you're going to look at these and go, oh, those look really hard. But after you guys saw it, you're like, that's so easy. Okay, so we're just going to put that into the lamp again. I'm going to cure that for about 5-10 seconds just to get a flash cure on it so that I can keep decorating. And remember to comment, because we have all of these great marbling tools to give away to you guys. And the more you comment and the more you like all this, the more they're going to make me keep doing it. So if you want me to come back, this is the way to do it. Okay, I'm going to grab that dotting tool again, and I'm going to do a couple, you know what, I'm going to do a little decoration on his head. So I'm just going to use this Colortopia and...
Lisa says that she loves that she can get the extra detail with that fine brush.
Yes. There's so much you can do. Don't be afraid to cut your brushes down and create different thicknesses so that you can get the nail art that you like. A lot of people use different brushes because that just feels more comfortable to them. So it's not necessarily, it's just whatever you like.
We have a letter Lambert saying, hey,
Aww.
Alisha.
Hi, Miss Letter. Love her. She used to be an educator of ours, and she is taking care of her kids right now. But she will get back in the game soon, I hope, because she's an amazing lady.
We also have Kim Chai saying, this is so cool to watch. And
okay, see how I just messed that up and it just started rolling together? Watch this. You just erase that right there. Bye-bye. It's gone. And then you can just add back in a little bit more, because I just wanted to kind of bring that to a point.
And can you tell us what you're using to wipe that off?
I'm just using a lint-free wipe. We have them, Artistic Nail Design. There. See how that worked? Super easy when you have a little mistake. That's what's so cool about color gloss, is that when you make mistakes, you just fix it with a little wipe away and start again.
We also have Stacy, who says, Lisa Boone is the one who taught me in a class about the warm mittens for soaking off.
Oh,
I've
awesome.
learned so much from your classes. I've been using Artistic for 5 years now.
That's awesome. I love hearing that, because we have our educators out there teaching classes all the time. We post that on our website, artisticnaildesign.com. A lot of our distributors also post those, and our educators, they post letting you know where they're going to be, where they're going to be teaching classes. So feel free to, you know, poke around, follow our educators, make sure that you're keeping track of where those classes are at, and come out and see us, because there's so much you can learn. I mean, I'm just teaching one design today, but in an art class, you learn like 5 to 10 designs. So it's really worth the 4 or 8 hour course that you take with Artistic.
We have lots of people wanting you to come back for tutorials. Carlette Morrison says, please keep coming back. I love watching these, and please keep doing tutorials.
See, you guys are making me work harder. What's up with that? Okay.
We have someone else, Krista Martinez, who also says she loves to use hot towels on clients while they're soaking off as well.
It's a great way to get that to come off a lot faster. So a lot of times you don't have an extra table where your client can sit. So being able to soak them off in 5 minutes really changes the game in the salon. Okay, and into the light. Yeah, these all of these designs that you come up with, again, you want to make them easy, you want to make them quick, and you also want to give your clients the opportunity to see the artwork on a tip so that they know exactly what you can do, so that you don't get all those crazy requests for stuff that you may not want to do. So you put these little sugar skulls on your nail art tips, and that will be what they ask for. And the more you do it, the faster you get.
We also have Maria saying, "Miss you, Alisha. It's been too long seeing you again. Please come back." Hearts.
Yay.
And we have Laurel Elaine who's saying hi.
Hi, Laura. So I just switched sides to the dotting tool. I used the bigger ball first, and then I used the little one. Just flip that tool right over, and I was able to get the little smaller dots around. And I'm actually gonna do a little mouth on this one. And I think he should be kind of happy, because he gets to ride around on a really beautiful model today. So if you put a little bit of extra paint right there, then you can kind of just drag through it to create his little mouth.
And you were saying that those dotting tools are really versatile. Can you tell us a little bit of other things you might use them for?
You can use them for carving into things. We do a lot of nail art where you carve. You can also paint with them. A lot of people use them for doing French. So they'll, on like toes or really small little French lines, you can use those dotting tools. It's way easier than using a brush. There's all kinds of really fun different techniques that you can do, dragging, drawing, and then of course, I mean, creating dots is like super simple to use with these. Okay, so that's basically most. I'm gonna put a little hat on him. Again, just a little drop, a little dot, and a dot on each side. And then just drag it. I learned so much from our educators. It's so awesome to be around them. We just did that big educator training a couple weeks ago, and the nail art that they did was fantastic. It's just so inspiring to be around that. So when you get an opportunity to go to a class, you're really in for a treat.
We have another question. Okay. Is the black you are using swag?
Yes. And now I'm going to take a little detail brush, which is our little mini striper, and I'm going to go ahead and cut it down. Again, it's like this one was a newer one, and I just want to take a few of the hairs out of it so that I can get it finer. And that's what you want to be able to do with all of your brushes. And if you just twist right inside of your paint, you can create, everything's cured right, you can create just a little dot and pull it towards. We're just going to do some flowers. Smash and pull.
Krista Martinez is asking what color you used for the base of the nail?
Swag. So all the black that I'm using is all swag. And then the white is bride. And I just want to do a little flower like that. And I can put them wherever. I'm going to put a little crystal in the center, so I'm kind of leaving space for that. Making just a little circle and then dragging it in.
We also have, oh, I'm gonna mess up this name, McCliggs Bahi saying, hi, Miss Alisha, watching from Dubai.
Oh, hey! I have friends everywhere. Thank you for watching and saying hi. I'll see you guys in May, as always. There's a big show, Beauty World Middle East, in May every year that I go to and see all my friends from the Middle East. It's really such a great show and such a great time.
We
Dubai's
also
really
have
fun.
a question from Phyllis, and she's asking, how do you clean your striper brush?
I usually just use a little bit of cleanser if I need to get something out of it, but just wiping it out every time on a lint-free wipe really keeps your brush clean. So you don't really need to clean it, but if you do need to clean it, I would clean it with a little bit of cleanser. And then if you, just to keep the hair straight, you can always just grab a little bit of bonding gel and put a little bit of bonding gel inside the hair just to keep it nice and straight.
We also have Salon Centric watching, and they say hi.
Oh, awesome. Salon Centric is one of our biggest distributor in the United States, and they're really passionate about nails. They really want to grow the nail business inside their stores, so you guys be sure and visit their stores and let them know that yes, you want nail products in there.
We also have Lauren Ross saying, hi, Alisha.
Hi, Lauren. It's so good to hear from you. She's one of our friends from far away, too.
And we also have
Way from down
Sammy
under.
saying, hi, Alisha.
Hi, Sammy. Oh, see, I made a little, didn't do it perfect right there. And that's when you can go in just with your other brush and just kind of clean it up. Or you can just fix it right there. And now that you have this white on your brush, if there's any little spot on your skull that you want to fix or do anything with, now's the time to do it. So you can kind of just do any little detailed work that you want to do on your little skulls if you want to with your detail brush. I'm just making his eye just a little bit bigger because he really didn't have a lot of room for his eyeball. But yeah, we're going to do that. And now since this is wet, I'm going to show you this little cool trick. We can take a little bit of pink dip powder. So this is from our Perfect Dip collection. And so what we've done is we just put that little bit of color gloss down in white. I'm going to take our crystal pusher and I'm going to take a little bit of this and I'm just going to tap it right over the top of that. And that's going to absorb that powder.
And do you need to put anything on top of that, or will it keep its velvet finish?
Nope, it's going to keep the velvet finish as soon as we cure it. So we're going to have to cure this for 30 seconds after we put the powder over the top of it.
And we have another question.
Yes.
Need asks, I have a client looking for a coral polish. What is your favorite?
A coral polish. I like Snapdragon. I think that's probably one of my favorites when it comes to coral. So I'm just going to tap off the excess powder here. And then we're going to put that right into the lamp. And we're going to cure that for a full 30 seconds. And then that's just going to make that powder absorb right into the color gloss. And it gives it like a really cool velvet effect. and gives it a little bit of 3D too, so you have a little bit of dimension. So again, all these little tiny tricks, like you could do so many cool designs just using, just doing, you know, whatever kind of design you wanted, and then adding in some of that perfect dip powder over the top of it.
Could you tell us what color you used for the perfect dip?
I can. I used Owned.
We have a lot of other people in the comments suggesting Snapdragon is their favorite coral shade as well.
So you can see I'm taking just a manicure brush, and you can see when I dust that off that it just sticks right to that. It makes a really pretty flower. And some of that stuck to my little skull head, but I can go ahead and, when I wipe it off, that'll come clean too. So that just adds a little bit more. And again, depending upon how much your client wants to pay or how much time you have in the salon, you can add more. I might just add a couple more little swirls just to kind of add, or maybe a couple little dots, just to kind of give it a little bit more dimension and fun. You know what? I'm going to use my dotting tool, because if you guys are going to get them for free, let's really see how it works. We're just going to put a little dot right here. And then I'm going to add another right there. Again, whatever you want to do, nail art is really your calling card. That's where you will set yourself apart from everyone else. So doing a little bit of nail art, showing your clients, even if it's just one, a lot of times your clients will be like, I don't really wear nail art, but if you'll do one for free, eventually they'll just kind of fall in love with having nail art. And the great thing about it is that that is when, let me go ahead and cure that really quick. That's when you're going to have a lot more clients coming back to you and asking for that, because when your client goes out and they're, you know, paying for something, they're like, oh my God, that's so cute. Well, where do you get your nails done? So that's really your calling card. It's what sets you apart. And this is your opportunity to just do one little quick thing on somebody for free and let them see what kind of stuff you can do.
Everyone is loving your nail art. Kim Chai says the pink actually looks really cool on the skulls. Rika says this is lovely. And Vashanti says it just keeps getting better and better.
Aw, thank you. And that's, you know, that's the thing too that I wanted to kind of show you guys, is that you can keep adding, or you can stop whenever you want to, whatever you like. Whatever your client wants. It's really fun to do all these different techniques, and however long they want to sit there at $1 a minute, they can have whatever you want to do.
Destiny Samuel says this is her favorite brand. Beautiful work. And Natalie Hutchinson says, wow. Christina says, those skulls are amazing.
And if we want to add a little bit of powder to this as well. And this kind of gives that real fun, you know, how they have all the little flowers in their hair. So we're just going to dust the top of that. And right into the light. So a lot of fun little different techniques that you guys have learned today, between dots and just putting, you know, like those simple skulls, that base was really easy to do, and using those crystals for the eyes just makes it really fun. I'm gonna add a couple more crystals to those flowers just to kind of make it a little pretty and more sparkly, because that's what I like. And remember, the best way to put those crystals on is just with using your sani tongs. I'm gonna throw them in right here. And a little bit of bonding gel really, really helps to hold those on really nice. So I'm just gonna add those in. And of course, again, that takes like 5 seconds to cure. You could add in little swirls. You could do all kinds of really fun stuff to make this really elaborate, or you can just keep it simple. One nail, one little flower, one little sugar skull, and have that calling card. Remember to comment so you can win these fun marbling tools. I'm gonna actually use that just to squish that down a little bit. There we go. And we're gonna, oop, there's one more. I can add that in. And always, you know, feel free to come to our website, artisticnaildesign.com. We post videos, nail art tutorials, other step-by-steps. If you've bought some of our product, whether it be putty or dip or any of our other products, you can always go to our website, artisticnaildesign.com, and get step-by-step tutorials on how to do it. You can also reach out to education at artisticnaildesign.com and ask us questions about products or things that you may be having troubles with as far as application. So it's super easy to, you know, get in contact with us and have some information about the products that you've just purchased. And again, these are the really cool marbling tools. I can't live without these. Everybody that uses these, they're just like, it's their favorite tool to use in the salon because you can just do so much with it. You can see on this the way we just dusted that out, it kind of even gives it like an ombre effect. So it's really a lot of fun. And there's a little bit of that inhibition layer on top of that product. So I'm just going to take a little bit of nail surface cleanser on a wipe, and I'm just going to clean up these nails a little bit so that you can see that final look. You just have to clean his little face off because he collected some of that powder. And when she washes her hands, all that powder will come off anyway. I'm just going to clean that up for you guys so that you can see everything. And again, you know, I'm not the best artist in the world. My forte is, you know, creating nail extensions, and it takes me a long time to come up with this beautiful artwork that we do for all of our marketing campaigns. But I love to play with this stuff. I love to have fun with it, and you should too. And like I said, you know, there's so many different techniques you can learn, but just remember, every day in the salon, your clients only have so much time with you, and make sure that you practice all of this stuff and give yourself the opportunity to get faster at it and get better at it.
That's great. We have lots of people in the comments that are saying that they're going to practice and play around with this look, and you inspired them to have sugar skulls for Halloween.
Yay! I love this. I think it's so cute and it's so much fun, and there's so much really cool stuff you can do with it. So that's the final look. These are the super fun tools that I use to create it, and you definitely need to comment below so that you can win these tools and come back and see us at our website, and follow us on social media. We love hearing from you. It's been such a great time, and you know what? Facebook Live wasn't so bad. I'm not nervous anymore, so I will come back and do it for you again. Bye, guys.